I suppose this could happen to anybody, but I want to warn you, to caution you, or perhaps just make you aware of this reality in life that one day you might just wake up in Texas. And not know what to do. What is Texas? Is it a concept, an ethos? Is it a figure of speech?
Here's the thing about Texas. If we're going to define Texas, the first thing we have to do is understand our concept of definition.
Is it an adjective? Can it be adverbialized?
If we are to define Texas, really what we are doing is we are trying to set up and describe a collection of necessary and sufficient conditions for what is Texas.
How does one use Texas in a sentence?
Now, necessary and sufficient conditions is a term that needs to be broken down in and of itself. And I find that the best way to do that is to look at necessary conditions as all of those qualities that a thing would need to be Texas, and sufficient conditions as all of those qualities that it would need to rule out false positives or false negatives. If you want to think of it as a sort of a circle, we draw sort of the bottom half of a circle for the necessary conditions of Texas, and the top half of the circle as the sufficient conditions for Texas. What is Texas? What are the necessary and sufficient? What are the necessary and sufficient conditions for something to be Texas? In many ways, is saying what is Texas, and crucially, what is not Texas. Now, when you are defining what Texas is and what it is not, many people would say it is best to start with the question of what Texas is, and then answer the question of what Texas is not. And I find that it is just as valid to begin with the question of what Texas is not, rather than what Texas is. Perhaps necessary and sufficient conditions can be reoriented in exactly such a fashion.
What is Texas? Is it an idea of freedom built on the brandishing of guns against the other, against black people, against people of origin south of the US border, or against indigenous people who have been here centuries before us? They call this place Austin, a place of liberal ideas, progressivism, but across the street from here sits the home of the Governor Greg Abbott, who would prefer that women not have rights, because that is what freedom means. The freedom to oppress.
Texas.